Hi everyone. This is your message. If you are meant to get it, you will. Um, your guides will take you to the messages you're supposed to hear. Sometimes it's not even about the person that we're thinking about. Sometimes it's something we just needed to hear to kind of shift us to where we're better at receiving. We're better at awareness. We're just gives us inner peace, less anxiety. So that is my intention for this message. It's going to be whatever it is. Um, and then I'm going to give you a tarot tip at the end. Okay. Also look out in the next couple of days. There will be a video. I will probably look like this, about the full moon in Cancer that's coming up on the 13th because it's conjunct the Mars retrograde. Okay, this is the reading. This is what came out. So we have, I love these cards. They're super tiny, but they're holographic. So forgive if they're not photographing well. Or so we have the Hangman in reverse, which for me is always it's time. I have a couple of cards for me that it's time. Some of them are about you and you deciding to like move forward. Some of it is like universe that holds us back, and now universe is saying, yeah, go ahead. Some of it is like waiting, and then the wait is over. There's a couple of them that I feel is like things are moving that weren't moving. Hangman is definitely like universe letting you know, like it, it's time. Whatever was being held back, because I opened up this reading with sometimes the readings aren't about like figuring out what somebody else is thinking, feeling. That's not ever really what it should be. But you know, sometimes you just want to check in, and those are the ones that get everybody's attention. Like if any reading starts out with like, ooh, this person is blank, 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 right? Those are the ones that are getting all the hits, getting all the views. But I feel like the ones that are about us and the aha moments are the ones that are probably the most productive and hold the most growth. When you have those moments of growth, and this has been a conversation too with clients, because clients with gifts in my astrology practice, because 90% of the time, probably more than that, 98% of the time, I'm just a full-time professional astrologer. And that is the mode that I am in with clients nowadays. Do I still do metaphysical appointments? Sure. But my point is that I have a lot of people who are just insanely psychic as fuck. And they all seem to find their way when they're new on their journey into my astrological practice, right? Some of them kind of have a feeling, some of them have not known at all, and a lot of them have gone down to their own practice and they're amazing. Um, but one of the things people ask me is like, what do I need to do to fully activate all of my gifts? And the thing is like, that's kind of up to your guides. The more ready your guides think you are in your healing journey, in your spiritual hygiene, they'll totally open up all your gifts to you. So in case you're wondering, that feels like a message that was supposed to come through in this reading. That is what this is like. Okay. When we get the Hangman upside down, for me, it could be different for a different reader. It's whatever. But the Hangman holds us back from something that we as a 3D human experience person wants and feels like, I'm working for this, and why is universe putting so many obstacles? Sometimes it's almost universe is kind of always working in our favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. Um, something you've wanted, something you, I feel like the magician, is the magician here? I don't even look. The magician is not here. Something you've wanted, something you possibly manifested for. This could be long term. I mean, we've got two we've got two major arcana here. Um, here in the lip gloss, if you know, you know. We also have the Five of Wands. There's been inner conflict about this. It's like possibly something you want, but you're afraid when you get it that if you're not successful with it, right? Ooh, whoever I'm talking to has has done a lot of healing, has done a lot of work. But man, the nervous system, right? The brain, the PTSD, the trauma responses, uh, those will kind of poke at us. There's an inner conflict here, like a fire in your belly about like when I do get this thing that I really, really want, will I fuck it up? Because sometimes I've wanted things in the past, and then when I had them, it all got fucked up. And I'm pretty sure if you're finding yourself to this message, you didn't fuck it up. It was just that that was where you were at in journey. That's where you were at in healing. And sometimes people just help themselves out of our lives. You know, sometimes the trash takes itself out. I do have the death card in reverse. So between the hangman and the death card, this is major event. Something is being resurrected. I don't know if this is a relationship or a person, or I'm going to pull another card. It feels like for some of you, this could be about not so much like money, but stability. Like the not having to worry about money. It doesn't necessarily mean like a lot of money. It just means steady money. And however much that is for you to feel like usad, not to be, have like mental and nervous system money insecurity, but also relationship insecurity. And there's some tie to relationships and finances, like thinking like that's the person and I'm on my way to stability. And then because the person thing doesn't work out, it affects the finances. So like you've done all the work to like get you're first of all, I think lazy is a social construct, and that word was meant to be weaponized against um you know us to oppress uh certain demographics, you know, against people of color, black people, immigrants, all of that, right? um People of low socioeconomic status. So I don't believe in lazy, but I feel like you're like, I have done the work. Like I have clawed, scratched, done all this and done it ethically, like competed with myself to get, the brass ring. And then some kind of relationship thing happens and it fucks the finances. Ooh, this is deep. Wheel of Fortune came out sideways. The Wheel of Fortune is yours to turn. It is absolutely yours to turn. Um, let's get one more. What's the advice card for this reading? What's the advice card for this reading for people that this is for? I might have to put this one. Wow. Four of Wands. Okay, so this is divine celebration, right? This is the 1111 card. It's four major arcana in this reading. When you get major arcana, it's a major shift in your life. If your reading is mostly major arcana, it's a bigger shift. It's three major arcana. I always think of the Four of Wands as major arcana. Isn't that weird? I know tarot like the back of my hand. The advice card being the Four of Wands. is figure out what the vibration of celebration is for you. Like, figure out what does it feel relaxed if you have everything? Does it feel nerve-wracking if you have everything? Because if it feels nerve-wracking, like exciting, and then, oh shit, how do I keep this? Because I've had it before and I've lost it. Figure out what it feels like. Pretend, right? It's almost like acting. Like, I want you to sit and think about, what does it really feel like if I have complete security about whatever it is I want? It could be the smallest promotion. It could be yes to the lease on an apartment. I don't know why that just came in. Yeah, sure, it could be for a relationship, but this feels like whoever this is, it's not about like the person so much as they are at a place where it's like they know they won't stay if it's toxic or it threatens all the work or the healing that they've done. Just super healthy attitude about relationships, actually. I'm gonna take one more card and I'm gonna split the deck for it. The Star. This is about your healing. I mean, that is major arcana. Now we do have 4 major arcana. The healing is wish fulfillment, but it's a healed version of that wish fulfillment. It's not you know, your nervous system going out of parasympathetic at the idea that you actually have what you want. Practice what it feels like to celebrate before you before this fully comes in, so that your nervous system, the brain, the body keeps a score, and the brain will do what the brain has to do to keep the body safe. So, like, retraining your brain and retraining your nervous system to allow most people who have trauma, PTSD, all of that, it is not about what they can handle. Like, we know this, right? This is common knowledge. It's not about being able to handle trauma. You're an expert at that. It's about allowing the good to come in and not self-sabotaging it. Um, and self-sabotaging it can just be like what you allow will continue, and who you allow space to do their journey, even if it's hurting you. People you allow to stay in your life who you go backwards for, because you're making room for them to also have the same growth that you had, because you're being a good person, because you're being the bigger person. Sometimes being the bigger person is just toxic. You're not going to fuck this up because you're so different, because you understand, and because you understand what has happened in the past. You get why it happened now. That Wheel of Fortune is yours to turn. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous reading. I could be doing like 5 reads a week, but I feel like whenever I go for a while and then I do a reading, the reading is just like huge and big because everything is like built up. This week is crazy in astrology, and Mars is at 0 degrees today. Tomorrow, it will be at 29 degrees of Cancer, the Mars retrograde. And Tuesday, it'll be in a square in mutual reception with the moon in Aries. Tuesday, you might have a challenge. I want you to practice from when you get this reading until Tuesday about sitting in that parasympathetic space. I have somewhere there's a short where I talk about how to get yourself into parasympathetic. Takes less than 25 seconds. Uh, one of my shortcut hacks. I will link that to this video, and I want you to practice because I want you to let the good stuff in, and I don't want you the fear and anxiety of what if I lose it is far more dangerous than anything that could happen to it. You already know how to handle anything that happens when you have stability, right? You're an expert at that. Now become an expert on sitting in the energy of the other shoe won't drop. Like matter attracts like matter. Gosh, I hope this finds exactly who it's supposed to. My tarot tip is that if you keep pulling cards and you want a clarification, stop and say, I just want a clarification for this specific thing. So this way you're not reading all of the possibilities for the card. Give the card an assignment, give it a job. And then you can split the deck, right? Page of Pentacles, new stability. But you can split the deck, but ask a very specific question when you want to clarify. If you're like, well, this could go this way or that, especially if you're reading for yourself. That is my tarot tip of the day. This is a great reading. There's membership and stuff. Please subscribe. It's like the least of my priorities to ask you guys to do all that. And when I'm not here, you can find me over on Patreon for the Awake Space, hanging out with Lori Rivers, who is fucking amazing. And go follow her right now because that astrology is crazy. And while I can help you through that personally, we can go through the full moon. If you want to know what's going to go on in the world and weather and everything else, and globally, she's your girl. Lori Rivers, the Awake Space, and Lori is Laurie. And I do all my astrological readings because we work together now through her. And metaphysical, you can find on my website. You can find it all on my website. She's going to lead you through her. That's it. I love you. Now you love you. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.